right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to the broadcast. Even here, the Starlight Our League Invitational Season number 2, European Qualifiers. We got our final first-round matchup coming at us, our final series of the day. Should be a good one, though. PENTA Sports going up against Effect here in this best of 3. Of course, this game number 1. I'm Breaky CPK, going to be your host here. Doing some solo casting, at least for this game number 1 here. Tsunami had to say goodbye, actually. Remaining. Between the series right there, RIP. No, he's just fine, but he had to actually take off there. So, anyways, we're underway with the draft. But before we get too much into the draft, I wanted to kind of give a quick recap on these teams here. First off, we got Effect on one side. This is a team that's actually been around for a while as this team. They used to be known as actually Flipside, another organization there, but of course now known by Effects. And they've actually had some decent results. In fact, probably should have pulled up the Wikipedia as I'm kind of going over them right now. But, yeah, I want to say, what was like God, they had a result fairly recently that was actually pretty solid. I think they even won in it. Yeah, they won one of the Pro Dota Cups, that's right. So, not the most prestigious event necessarily, but a good $5,000 tournament, defeating some solid teams to do that. That was a little bit ago now, but throughout this year, they've been kind of this mid-tier team out of the CIS region, actually. Specifically there. So a solid team, definitely looking forward to some good play from them. Going up against PENTA Sports, who's actually one of these up-and-coming teams in the European region, if I'm not mistaken. This is a team, actually, they were formerly known as Going In. I got the chance to cast the Kiev Major Open qualifiers for the European region, at least, and we actually saw this team quite a bit in that event. They actually made it to the finals of 1. They eventually lost to Pro Dota in that final matchup, and then they got knocked out earlier on as well in the second qualifiers there. But the point is, this is definitely a team with potential, and expecting them to at least play solid here. But obviously, if you had to pick a team, Effect perhaps the more experienced and the stronger of these two. But we'll see. We'll see how this best of 3 plays out here. Definitely an interesting start to this draft. We got an Abaddon Sniper coming out for PENTA. Monkey King LC, though, on the side of Effect. It seems like Effect is definitely going more the what's been as of late traditional, at least. I mean, even the LC I know has been kind of picked up more and more in places. I believe at the Kiev Major we could expect to see perhaps a bit of LC even, especially the Monkey King, though. That's just a given there. He is a hero that is top tier right now, really amongst all the regions, and not surprised to see him in that top spot even. So he is that first pick, though, for the side of Effect. But again, Abaddon into the Sniper on the other side. Prioritizing the Abaddon very heavily. We got the chance to see a one-position Abaddon yesterday. Wasn't the prettiest. Wasn't the prettiest as far as his usefulness. Ultimately, it feels like this hero is an off-lane hero. You pretty much run it with that, or maybe even as a 4 support, I guess, in a possibility. But it's a one position. It felt like it was pretty weak. Hell, even middle option we have seen in the past too, and actually potentially work out. So, but yeah, I'm expecting that to be the off-lane as the point. Sniper, of course, in that middle, heavily prioritizing him as a hero. Also to clarify, this is brought up every time we have a cast PENTA. That is not Jabs from Faceless. No, he didn't leave Faceless and is playing for PENTA now. This is a completely different Jabs player. So to just get that out of the way before too much confusion happens there. I know Twitch chat left fun with that one there. Third pick, though, for PENTA. Rubik was the third pick for Effect, meanwhile. They get their solid support option out of the way. And in fact, kind of thinking back to that game yesterday where we happened to have the one-position Abaddon, kind of same case here. Rubik, Aphotic Shield is actually a really good ability to steal, and it's actually fairly easy, right? Where Abaddon, it's not like he's spamming his miscoil by any means right after the Aphotic Shield. He's usually using it and then either running in himself or applying it to a teammate. Rubik definitely can steal that ability very effectively and could make use of it. So you got that. You got the Legion Commander with the Press the Attack. Already a couple of these buffs here to potentially help them get out of deadly situations. Juggernaut now as their one position most likely for Effect. Another hero that, again, has that self-sustain. So a lot of survivability coming out here on the side of Effect. Definitely liking the lineup as a whole so far and what they bring to the table. Disruptor was that third pick for PENTA Sports, meanwhile, as their support option. Again, the Static Storm Kinetic Field combo. That with a Darkseer now thrown on top of that. So you got the vacuum to pull them all in. And that could set up actually pretty nicely here if they can't use Sud buffs, and perhaps you're going to be getting those kills as a result. So I kind of like the direction PENTA's definitely going here with their draft. But now we got the final picks coming out. PENTA still needs that one position Effect. They most likely still need their middle hero right here. The matchup against the Sniper, of course. So final ban on Earth Spirit. Wait a second. Oh, that's right. What am I saying? Okay, so Dark's here. Whoa, okay, so Abaddon. Don't tell me we're going to see another one-position Abaddon. You know, I was just happy to bring that up because we happened to see that yesterday. Oh, is Penta really going to go that direction? I guess they could also run that 4-position, though, Abaddon, and instead have the Disruptor 5, and obviously Dark's here off lane. And now a final. But the ban on Earth Spirit makes it seem like they believe Abaddon's going to be more of a one-position. So, again, that's not necessarily going to be the case, but that is curious thinking there from Effect. I don't know if this is something Penta maybe has been doing themselves lately or not, but again, it did not work out yesterday at all. Frankly, it almost basically hurt them more than helped him, and I say that because of the Rubik matchup. It just so happens we have that here as well. Whereas speaking of stealing the Aphotic Shield, the Rubik was actually using the Aphotic Shield more effectively than the Abaddon was. In that game specifically, I mean, things happened, to be fair, in that game that definitely made it kind of awkward too. But again, he just doesn't feel like a hero that's going to really be that great for you in that one position. Usually in that one position, you want to be able to have momentum carrying on through the game into the mid to late game. He doesn't seem like he's more useful as that aura builder, in my opinion. I mean, so sure, the Radiance even is definitely a pickup from that off lane, but just the way he plays too. So the Ricky final pick, it looks like it actually could be a one-position Abaddon. Something that I completely threw out there from the beginning, and it's seeming like that's very likely the case now. So, well, I guess this is going to be round 2 of that. Again, from my personal experience, it was pretty grim, and I'm not the most excited for Penta Sports going into this game right here. But perhaps they're going to prove me wrong with that said. However, on the other side, you have now Effect thinking about their final pick. Most likely going to be the mid option if they just do standard stuff here, which it seems like that's going to be the case. See, the Shadow Fiend ban was the final ban from Penta. Ricky, by the way, the final pick for Penta is that 4 position again. You most likely the Smoke Cloud definitely going to come into play. So a couple of silencing tools: Static Storm, the Smoke Cloud, ways to prevent these buffs from coming out. So I actually like that idea of what they're thinking right there. Also, you throw that Aphotic Shield on Ricky as he's going into a fight, and makes him extra durable as well as the nice burst damage applied. So. Could be some potential right there. That on top of, what am I saying, the Ion Shell, of course, from Darkseer. So caught up with the Abaddon right here, but obviously you got the Ion Shell with Ricky, and that's something that's really annoying to deal with. Wow, I was going to say, they went down to the final second right there of that extra time, and they end up with an Ember Spirit with their final pick. So, I mean, Ember Spirit, again, he's going to have to deal with silences here. That could prove to be of issue between the Ricky, between the Disruptor as mentioned, but ultimately has that mobility, and ideally is going to be some nice split farm for the team and some added burst if he goes that typical as of late Magic build here earlier on in the game. So, this will be. I'm still stuck on Penta's lineup though, and as far as what they're looking to do here, again with the Abaddon. Going to see who's playing what and see where their lanes ultimately end up. But I'm hoping for their sake again that it definitely proves different here and it is going to work out. But Ember Spirit will be matched up against a Sniper in the middle lane. Whenever you have a Darkseer paired up with the Ricky, I feel like Ricky usually want to have him, go aggressive with him. Again, take advantage of that Invis Ion Shell and harass, in this case, the Juggernaut, perhaps in that safe lane. So we'll see actually if Effect also makes some early transitions here as a result of what's going on. We got the early TP from Ricky all the way to the bottom lane, making his way into the Radiant jungle. Good old Jabs left faceless for this. No, we did not. Okay, so Disruptor gets up here, gets a ward down. Abaddon, he's going the early poor man shield, being played by Skitter. Again, I'm not familiar enough. Let me check Wikipedia real quickly. As far as who plays what role, looks like according to Wikipedia, Skitter is their one-position player. So that, sure enough, is going to be carry Abaddon here in the safe lane. And they are going to send Ricky to the bottom lane currently with the Darkseer. Now, DNC, he has a Sentry Ward on himself as like a preemptive just in case. And he's going to try to get this bounty rune here. As Rubik have a Sentry, he does. Kind of guessing that this is going to happen, so safe bet there. Top lane, continuing to harass. Monkey King sitting around as that chicken. Oh, that just looks silly. The chicken's scaring away Penta Sports. And with him and LC being here, it seems like Abaddon and Disruptor not confident enough in themselves to protect said bounty rune. So that's going to be an easy bounty rune. How about this one down here? It's going to be a battle for it. It looks like Ricky does manage to steal it in front of Juggernaut. So well played right there. And Ricky will go back to Invis and head towards the middle lane. The Courier going to have to pay attention to that. Ember Spirit, he is sending it out currently with a Quelling Plate on it. Ricky, though, he's not going to necessarily go for the Courier snipe. And Sentry is ready for Ember Spirit. If he places this right away, going to be difficult for Ricky. You see him controlling that Courier, sending it into the trees. I don't know if Ricky actually saw that happen right there. But it doesn't look like he's going to be able to find it. So well played by Ember Spirit, keeping that in mind. You do see the passive first on Monkey King. Again, this is something we're seeing more and more, the Jingu Mastery. Coming out from Roger here playing the Monkey King. As he's going to head into the jungle somewhat, maybe look to do a pull, but Ricky now rotating all the way to the top, so they're not going to take advantage of the Darkseer-Ricky combo, at least earlier on in the game. Going to leave Darkseer by himself. Of course, the disadvantage there could be that he leeches experience. You want Darkseer to get those levels individually if possible. Top lane, though, 3 players going to be up here for the dire side. Roger, he's the one that has to be careful. Again, he only has his passive curly, so he's just simply trying to run right here. As in comes the lightning of the Thunder Strike, and the first blood is going to be drawn. Will it be first in favor of the Dire? It absolutely will. Jabs gets credit. LC trying to make some kind of turn play. He has overwhelming odds in 3 seconds. Jabs may need to be careful right here. Overwhelming odds. Yeah, it's not enough for the kill, actually. Jabs will survive just barely, and now Shoshlo, he's actually in a lot of trouble himself. He's going to be run down by Skitter with that Curse of Avernus at level 1, but not going to be able to chase him in the end. Ricky, again, also level 1 himself, so all these level 1s coming out, just simply a lot of auto attacks, but, well, Penta, they do come out on top with the first blood. So well played by them. Gotta be feeling good about that as they take on Monkey King, but he's back to the top lane now. As Darkseer continue to try to get those levels, using that Ion Shell. Gonna waste the rest of his mana, not waste, but use the rest of his mana right here. Sidoi, though, keeping his distance with that salve on him. I assume he's doing pretty well. Yeah, 10-7 Juggernaut right here. You have Darkseer at 3-0, so Sidoi on the Juggernaut, most understandably, is having a good time at that bottom lane. But again, Ricky finding himself more at the top side here. Going to throw down a Sentry, expecting maybe a Observer Ward even to be there, but in the wrong spot. There's a Sentry up here. That is an Observer Ward, actually, up here. To see behind the tower, if anything. And also if they're doing the pole camp there. Lena sees the Monkey King as a courier. It's almost like when I get the courier kill, it's like, wait a second. That's one of those stutter step moments, I'm sure. It's like, wait, what's going on here? Roger, he is going to be exposed, and now going to be run down. Oh, boy, I mean, he's dead. There's no chance he's getting out of this. Yeah, the Aphotic Shield nuke, and easy kill in the end for them. So Monkey King, not sure exactly. I mean, Roger almost feeling like he's invincible with the Mischief here. He doesn't even have his Tree Dance yet, actually. He went to Balance Strike at level 2, so he's not really that jumping around Monkey King, and the idea of him getting that passive at level 1, it's again, something we've been seeing more, but not like this, though. Clearly, he needs that mobility, and so he's going to try to get level 3 elsewhere and eventually pick it up. Middle matchup, though, Ember Spirit versus the Sniper. Ember Spirit 15-2, Sniper 17-1, so pretty back-and-forth matchup right here, half an inch on the Ember Spirit. Blazemon, that's a name I definitely recognize. He actually, remember him doing very well for them in those Kiev qualifiers that I talked about earlier. Josh Lowe, oh, he's going to barely get past the kinetic field, and thus he'll be more than fine. I don't think he was in danger of dying, but prevents himself from taking more damage. Oh, he sees that he gets blocked there a little bit, I'm sure, so probably has an idea that Ricky's nearby, although he wasn't pinging, but yeah, I mean, he's stutter-stepping quite a bit, so he's going to get the bounty rune first. Well played by Josh Lowe, actually. Manages to pick it out. Middle lane, though, Blazemon in trouble. In comes Monkey King trying to run him down. The shrapnel causing issue, but it's not going to be enough to help keep himself alive. Maybe get the turn kill, though, on Monkey King, but no. Thunderstrike, not enough mana for Disruptor. He cannot apply it, and thus Monkey King will survive. So nice dive there in the middle lane on Sniper. Meanwhile, Monkey King, though, he's not out of the woods just yet. Literally going to be run down by DNZ. Going to hold his ground with that passive, but eventually Disruptor comes over right now here. Sniper is like, hey, remember me? Yeah, takes him out right there. So the third death from Monkey King continues to be a bit of a struggle for him. But again, if you were watching the earlier series, that game number 2 especially, the comeback game by, What match was that? I'm totally blanking now. Who the hell just played? God, my short-term memory sucks. That's right, it was Team Spirit over Pro Dota Gaming, in case you missed that. Spirit winning at 2-0, but a game 2, they were down 20,000 plus net worth. A game that, frankly, they should not have won. Yet Monkey King with that Wukong's command and the Basher did a lot of work. Eventually the Echo Saber and everything. Obviously, it wasn't just him, but it really helped show, again, the power of that ultimate. If you manage to just get the Basher alone, how much the hero Monkey King really becomes a threat, even as that 4 position. So that's all that really matters for him, and sure he's having a rough start here, still level 2 in fact, but he just loves using this mischief, man. He's now a rocket courier. Base boots picked up by LC, meanwhile at the top lane. Abaddon, though, working with a pull over here. He's got the level 3 Curse of Avernus. Infused Raindrop's going to be building his own phase of boots. As middle lane, Blazemon in trouble. Boundless Strike coming out. In comes a smoke screen, but not enough to save him. Now, Ember Spirit, he doesn't have a remnant up, but okay, he gets glimpsed back actually, so he might be in trouble right here. In fact, DNZ also drop in, but they get the kill on Ember Spirit, and DNZ on Ricky will survive in the end. Well played by him right there. Nice glimpse actually from Disruptor. Porting in to secure that kill on Ember Spirit. As Darkseer's level 6, though he's got a Soul Ring, so it seems like Mikey's done a fantastic job down here. And yeah, looking at the CS now, he's 34-0. As I say this, he's going to be run down, and they do not have a stopper, though. No Omni Slash on Juggernaut. Man, if he had one more creep kill for level 6, if he was level 6 right there, very likely a kill, but not enough. So, well played by Darkseer, and he keeps his momentum going, actually. The only one that's doing very well, I mean, Sniper's not doing too shabby, but he does have 2 deaths now. So that, of course, hurts things. He will have support coming over yet again, Ricky, as well as that Disruptor. They're doing a lot of roaming here early on. Going to see if they can maybe get this LC. Ricky, is he going to scout him out? Looks like it. He knows he's here. He's at about half life. Now, there is a shrine here, so you got to be careful with this. Josh Lowe doesn't have that uphill vision. Disruptor is running in. It's level 1 Thunderstrike. Yeah, I don't know if they have enough damage. Yeah, they're going to get the shrine use. But after that, now it's just going to have too much life and mana. So they get some information at least, but unable to make a kill play out of it. LC, the one that may need to be a little careful here coming up, but he has that press the attack. And he's hugging the tower pretty well. Middle lane again, Blazemon. They're just keeping the pressure up. Ember Spirit going pretty deep right here, but realizing quickly, not the place he wants to be in. The kinetic field will not create in time. However, the glimpse on a Rubik, he's going to get thrown on a Disruptor right there, but down goes Rubik, the shrapnel taking him down. DNZ actually credit for the kill, and ends up being the only kill of that situation there. So, again, the response here from the supports of Penta seems to really be on point. This Ricky and Disruptor seem to constantly be coming back to the middle lane and helping the Sniper whenever he gets dumped right here. So, proving to be an issue. But, man, this Juggernaut, 53 and 12 creep farm. He's top net worth, no surprise. Actually, LC is the next highest net worth. As I say this, he's almost dead right here. In fact, he is dead. The borrow time pot from Abaddon, and LC at that point, nothing much he could do. It looks like he did activate the duel. I don't know if that was defensively or not, but whatever the case, he ends up going down. So he's still up there on the net worth, but will start falling a little bit. And Abaddon going to surpass him, ever so slightly. But again, also goes to the question now, what kind of build are we going to see on the Abaddon here? He is going the Vlads first. Probably expected, but will he get that Radiance next, or will he go another direction? Again, if he goes that Radiance, could prove to be pretty greedy right here, especially in that one position. And that proved to be the issue for what we saw of the one position Abaddon yesterday, of where it just took too long to get that Mock of Brilliance online, and by the time he finally did, just so much had happened on the other side, and just wasn't really able to be useful for the team. So, again, I'm not being fair to him, I feel like, though. That's still kind of just stuck in my head of just how poor it was. So far, I mean, Skidder, he's doing solid. So, try to have a fresh mind here as far as how he's doing in this one position role on the Abaddon. Roger, going to be run down right now. Curse of Avernus, of course, applied. It's level 4, man. They're just going to easily run him down. Doesn't have his Mist Coil nuke, but he does have an Aphotic Shield here. He's not even going to use it, at least for the kill. So let's still pop his borrow time. He'll heal on up, and then still take some more damage. No, but he gets a bit of a heal out of it. Obviously not expecting it to come into play here in the near future, and you'd be correct. I mean, it's only a 60-second cooldown. So it should be back up by the time that is of significance here. LC now in the jungle, though, trying to get that Blink Dagger. Almost 1,000 gold saved up, so he's getting there. He continues to actually overall be decent farm, although he's dropped in the charts, but it's a nice spread here between the both sides. It's not like he's dramatically behind anyone. It's just the top 6 farmers in the game are all fairly even overall. Juggernaut is leading the way. LC, uh-oh, is he in trouble? He's probably dead right here. Maybe? Oh, he's going to be run down the Blink Strike in, but no, the Shrine Pop. And now he has a duel. Yeah, Ricky's in trouble as Rubik comes in. Will it be enough damage? This is the question. Ricky, can he somehow get away? The dust comes out. Here comes Ember Spirit. That will secure it. Who gets the last hit is the question. Aphrodite is just going to let him, or tick him down even as he just walks away like a badass right there. So, well, they get the Ricky kill. Great job by LC reacting right away. And managed to get to the shrine and turn that. So he doesn't get the charges for that duel, but of course they get the kill. And it's a good execution on their part right there. Juggernaut, he'll port elsewhere. He's going back to base, yeah. He already has his Yasha, though. So, again, his farm looking very strong here early on. Monkey King, meanwhile, has that tree dance, but he's going to be glimpsed back. On top of the smoke screen, the kinetic field, he's going to say, all right, I'm just going to TP out then. And he'll be right to do so. The Assassinate going to be disjointed, and he will survive as a result. So ultimately getting 4 heroes to commit to a kill, and they don't end up getting it. Well, good job by Monkey King right there. Dark's here. Going to be working on that mech, of course, so they will have that with them. Vlad's here. Really keeping an eye on that shift buy here. Queuing up what he's going to buy next on Skitter once he finishes his flats. Just needs the Morbid Mask first before he makes that next decision. What's going on here? Looks like they're going to chase down TNC. He's definitely smoked up, or dusted even, and they will eventually get him killed. So speaking of smoke, they're going to smoke up right after. And now they're going to flank around here in the middle lane, actually. Assassinate queued up by Blazemon, just harassing the Ember Spirit. Oh, boy, they have a chance, though. Omni Slash is ready, but Blazemon, he feels something's not right. Whether it's because they're missing or I don't think he would have seen them, but, yeah, something's not right, and he's correct to go towards the bounty rune here instead. And he will survive for the time being, so they are going to be spotted out. He'll jungle farm here meanwhile. He's going to be spotted by Monkey King, though. I don't know if it was, actually. They're actually going to scan out. They see that there's enemies here. TNC, though, he's going to be dusted out. And TNC, again, in a lot of trouble. The Omni Slash, but into the tricks of the trade. He will live a little bit longer, perhaps set up a turn kill now. Roger does have his Wukong's command, the spin to take down TNC. Roger not going to use it, though. He's just simply trying to run. Assassinate, is it going to be used? No, he can't see him actually currently. Kinetic field, glimpse. It will not. Yes, it will. Pull it back in time. He TP'd away, but it glimpsed right back. Assassinate, not enough damage initially. But Mikey will vacuum to secure the kill. And yet another death for this Monkey King. That's his 5th death already, man, at nearly 13 minutes into this game. It's been pretty brutal for him. But to be fair, he's been setting up a couple of kills here, and he's been getting good information for the team. So it hasn't been all horrendous by any means, but it has been a struggle. As Skitter now makes his way to the bottom lane. And again, that Vlad's has been finished. So no answer just yet as far as what he's going to be going for next. He'll port to the top. Try to pressure out LC. Is doing some good damage to the tower. And LC actually has enough gold for the Blink. He's going to buy it right here and maybe use it. Blink, use. There you go. Well played by Shoshlo. And the vacuum's actually out of range. So good pickup there. And LC continues to have a pretty damn good game. Again, no dual victories yet. That's going to be the next key here. 4-man push top lane, including the sniper. Nice overwhelming odds. Actually, they get the borrowed time use right there. Was that on it? Was that activated? Was it just that much damage, or was that him actually using it himself? I'm not even sure, to be honest. But that's going to be on cooldown now for 45 seconds, whatever the case. As middle lane, meanwhile, tricks of the trade coming out again for TNC, trying to live right here. It may actually keep him alive. Wukong's command goes out, but Ricky's able to make his way out of the area. Behind the tower here, it is going to get to the fall back, though, and the vacuum's going to be just a half a second too late as Monkey King jumps into the trees and pounces away. So, you know what? No kills happening there, but that's still a win for effect. It stalls that top push, and they all get out without any casualties. And the Dire Courier's picked off by Roger. So, you know, making up a little bit of ground right there for what's been a struggle game for him. Well played. Abaddon, we have an answer. It's going to be a magic wand. Dun, dun, dun. Middle lane. Did I say Maka? Oh my god, I meant to say Radiance. That was a slip. Definitely meant Radiance, of course. I have no clue what Maka Brilliance is. Anyways, I didn't even notice I said that. Usually I pick up that I said stuff like that. It's funny. Aphrodite, she's taking a lot of pressure in the middle lane. The Ion Shell is on Ricky. He puts a smoke screen down, but Ricky just melts right there. He was not expecting that return damage at all. He goes down. He's going to have a struggle. Ricky's now died 4 times himself. Skitter, though, charging in, but he's going to be glimpsed. Oh, they get the glimpse back, that is, on a Shoshlo. The vacuum in further. The pressing attack is up, though. Keeping him alive for the time being. The Thunder Strike trying to take him down. The Mist Coil, not going to be enough damage, however. A Legion Commander makes his way out with a Blink Dagger. Very good play on his part. The Roots in the background. The Primal Spray. Those Searing Chains doing work. Mike is now in trouble. The big Static Storm, no. It's not going to keep them in the kinetic field, though. And now Darkseer is still barely alive, and Phonic Shield applied onto him. He will keep him alive, and now Aphrodite get in trouble. The Assassinate, can he maybe Ember Spirit in time? 1 second! No, yes they can, but it doesn't matter. The distance not enough. And they chase him down after all of that. So much being used right there. Eventually, Ember Spirit is the one to fall. And I guess the big picture was a 1-for-1, but Penta definitely coming out on top. Ricky for the Ember Spirit.
Is under attack.
Look at the bottom lane, though. Sadoi's down here, meanwhile. Yeah, he wasn't there, right? So he's been pushing the bottom lane. He's working on a Diffusal Blade now. He'll need to make a play to get out, though. He's going to have to spin TP here soon. He's dead. That's right. He gets assassinated in time, and not much you can do. So even with the spin TP, the Assassinate having that mini stun through. Didn't matter. Well timed right there by Sniper. And they pick up the kill. So very greedy play by Sadoi. Going, especially running beyond the tower right there and going for the next creep wave. He could have easily ran into the trees, made that a lot more difficult and simply TP'd out, but he just felt the greed, man. So, and he definitely pays for it. Meanwhile, middle lane, Rubik a little too far up himself, and he's going to end up getting caught. Not much more Monkey King can do there. That mech kill coming out from Mikey. So yeah, that mech kill already coming into play a couple of times now in this game, proving to be a very useful item here early on. Wukong's command going to be thrown out, though, just simply to stall them as much as possible right here. You see the damage coming out. It's not a lot just yet. He only has a face boost. He's going to be assassinated right here as he pounces away. But they will lose the tower in the end, so nice push ultimately from Penta.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And they're going to fall back. So it is going to be the Radiant's choice here on Abaddon. He's going to go that direction. And again, this time around, we'll say that feels like the Abaddon's most certainly having use here. He's being involved with the team quite a bit, which is already a difference. Aphrodite, that Flame Guard. Absorbing the deeps. So he's going to be good as he makes his way out of there. What kind of build is he going by? He went the Veil, actually. So he's going Veil into the bots. So it's kind of interesting to see these Ember Spirits as of late. We see a lot of these different styles. See, in the sense that either we see Veil or we don't, right? It's either you just go straight bots with the Ring of Aquila, or you get the Veil, and then you kind of continue the build from there. So depending on the game, or perhaps even the player, he does like the Veil option here.
I'll take that.
A lot of fighting going on earlier on, perhaps the reason for it. Meanwhile, Shoshlo is going to be brought back, press the attack. Going to help him heal a little bit, but it's not going to be nearly enough. Jabs will finish the job as the Static Storm takes him down. And yet another pickoff for Penta's team. This Penta side is really proving Penta side. This Penta Dire side here is really looking to or really working the pickoff game, and they're definitely making it work. 12-6 lead. And you got now another top tower kill, or another tower kill for that matter. Going to be happening here at the top lane. Fortification just delaying it, but there we go. So 2,000 gold saved up now for Abaddon. Darkseer even going the Medallion into a Solar Crest. Interesting follow-up. Maybe the Guardian Cruise you typically see, or even the Blink Dagger, but going to be going the direction of the Solar Crest, which again I personally have always been a huge fan about. Seeing at least seeing the one Solar Crest on the team it feels like it's so important. It's a mix of just so much damage, but also a nice defensive tool if need be, and it's frankly not the most costly item either. So actually good to see Darkseer getting it here. It does mean their initiation is going to be a little less powerful, not having the blink on the Darkseer, but who needs initiation when you got the glimpse to bring them right back to you? Our Zeke, is he actually going to live? No, the Mist Coil will finish the job. It's only level 2, but it is enough damage to secure that kill, but Rubik actually made that interesting there. Almost managed to live, actually.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And we are going to see a Roshan attempt now. So they're going to go for Roshan. Rubik's up in 10. It's not really seen being done, but effect, you know, probably it's a pretty good idea. Dire's going to scan around the area. And yeah, they know Veil's going to be used. Skitter drops to half-life just like that. Trying to get the borrowed time pops. Cannot do that, though. Wukong's command placed, however. Well placed by Roger. And the balance strike coming out. Rubik is back up. Press the attack. He's looking for a dual target. Is the LC. Who's he going to go for? Tricks the trade in the background. The assassin and a Monkey King. Monkey King will fall. And LC going to keep his distance right here. So far it's just a pick for Penta, but they will at least stop Roshan. Meanwhile, bottom lane, that's right, Sidoi's just pushing in the bottom lane. He almost has a tier 3 killed. He has a defusal blade. Mikey has to play very defensive. No other TP's coming in, and he's going to get the tier 3 bottom lane. Unbelievable. Well, I was wondering what was really going on. Not seeing Juggernaut here, but that's why. He was at the bottom lane pushing that whole time. And the greed was earlier, but this time the greed does pay off. And what a play by him. TNZ dropping a half-life, trying to go for the play on LC, but not enough damage, and he'll stay alive. Static Storm in the background. They catch Juggernaut. Speaking of being out of position, though, he is in a bad spot. The press the attack. It's not going to be enough, though. The spin away will not keep him alive. 50 seconds. He's staying dead. So he goes for making a very solid tier 3 push, unfortunately putting himself in a bad spot. And now with him dead, I do think this could very likely be the Roshan kill. Monkey King, is he going to go for a steal right here? It looks like it. They use the kinetic field. He's going to keep hopping around. He's going to go for it. Oh, he gets it! Roger gets the Aegis. He's going to die in the end. But you know what? It's worth it. What's another death on top of the 6 he already has? Let's make it 7, he says. Hey, he stops him from getting an Aegis, though. Stops any kind of momentum play there from Penta. And now we got Juggernaut. He's going to be back up shortly. Oh, that was fun. You got LC pushing out the bottom lane. The Shadow Blade picked up. The Silver Edge actually queued up, so he's going to go right into that here. Definitely a powerful tool against the likes of Abaddon. Especially, I assume that's the sole reason, well, the main reason even he's probably picking it up for. Arzeek. Is he dead? Assassinate. Boom, shakalaka. He sure is. Blazemon with the kill. And LC is going to sit nearby, though. Doesn't have any dual charges yet. I mean, I feel like he's played like a solid game, but hasn't really been able to get the dual targets. And, oh, boy. Is he setting up here? He is. Go, go, go. He wants the courier? Okay. Well, he's just going in deep. There we go. He'll finally go in as he surrounds Disruptor with the creeps. And, hey, didn't have dual charges? Well, now he does. The patience there from Shoshlo. He needs to blink Dagger, though, in 3 seconds. Vacuumed in. Now he's in trouble. Yeah, the Ion Shell is going to prevent that now. Here comes some shrapnels. Assassinate eventually. Do they have vision? They do not, so never mind. He's fine. Meanwhile, elsewhere, they kill Skitter, actually. Oh, that's a big kill. How do they manage that? Well, I guess he is by himself at the top lane. And, again, this goes back to the idea of an Abaddon, especially in the one position. Remember what I said earlier, you know, kind of we saw him yesterday in a match in this one, and, you know, he took a while to get that Radiance. It kept getting delayed. And then he just frankly didn't seem all too useful. I mean, this game he's been useful, but he still doesn't even have the Sacred Relic now. He has 3,500 gold, but that's a kill on him. It's going to stall it even further. And more objectives being taken now by effects. So, Penta finding themselves in a little bit of a rough spot, perhaps. Oh, well played there by Rubik. He actually stole the Blink Strike. He uses it to get to his teammate, and he gets on out. Meanwhile, all that time distracting for Sidoi, who is continuing to just really kind of play his own game almost, kind of this 4-1 strategy as he just pushes other lanes. So he has the Manta Diffuser now, a lot of damage coming out. And he's going to take out the Ancients in the meantime. See the top 3 net worth all on the side of effects. Although, overall, it's not the most massive lead here. The next 3, of course, belong to Penta. And, again, it's not like they're far behind. Juggernaut's really the only one that has the gap right here. Showing. What does Monkey King have? Monkey King Gloves of Haste. Perhaps trying to finish that Hannah Midas. Is it finished? Yes, it is. Hannah Midas going to be coming out from Monkey King now. And I'm sure that Basher going to be next in line. This cast duo, it's me and Twitch chat, so ain't no duo going on here unless you count me and Twitch chat a duo. Anyways, DNZ going to the top lane. Going to make a play on a Monkey King if he sticks around. Well, he just got the Hannah Midas, so greed is real. going to sit on top of him now. He flies into the trees, but he is seen. And there's the vacuum to bring him on down. Can he make his way out? Solar Crest applied. There's a glimpse back. And Assassinate. Gets it off in time. Blazemon with the kill. What is Sidoi? Sidoi's actually running in right here. He's trying to help his teammate. He couldn't get there in time, though. And, oh, elsewhere, Skinner again goes down. Look at that. I mean, I know my camera work isn't the best at times, but watching the kill action happen up here, and then it's the second time now where Abaddon is completely on the other side of the map from where the action's at. And, well, I guess there technically is action down here too, but he gets caught by 2 or 3 players, ends up dying. So clearly FX is making it a priority to lock him down, and sure, he has the Sacred Relic now, but still no Radiance, and it's going to continue to be delayed even further. So now Ember Spirit actually almost has his Lincoln Sphere finished. LC, Blade Mill, is just around the corner too, and in fact, he's going to look for Planet Mikey right here. Is he going in? No, he's going to play it safe. Wait, did he go Silver Edge? Yes, he does have the Silver Edge. Again, a great item to have, especially against the likes of Abaddon. Afro 9. Is it Afro 9?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Ah, that's spelled out Afro 9J to me, but I'll say Afro 9. Darn English.
For the effort.
Arcane Rune picked up by LC right here. Sniper, meanwhile, does have the Hurricane Pike. Here, press the attack, but looks like he's applying a little bit of damage to the shrine. That's right, the shrines are exposed. They've been exposed for a little bit now, as he got that tier 3 earlier. Juggernaut, speaking of Basher, working on finishing his own. He chose to get the Blink Dagger first. But that Basher coming along. Obviously, Monkey King now has it queued up. And Sidoi, he's just going to push in the top lane. So going to force a reaction, I'm sure, out of Penta. Going to have to run back. TPs are ready. How quickly will they fall back? Looks like Tarkseer's already here. And just going to push out the creep wave. Meanwhile, Shashlo, he's looking for an attempt as his teammate's getting caught on. But he steals what was a smoke screen, actually. Ooh, Shashlo chooses not to go in. Okay, that's fine. He doesn't have his Blink Dagger. Has a Silver Edge, though. Sidoi, meanwhile, gets the pick on the mic at the top lane while this is going on. And they're continuing to push in now, so this is an awkward spot for Penta. They are going to be able to get back somewhat, but back down here, the Static Storm going off, the lockdown on Ricky, and the dual victory for LC. These split fights are just causing so much issue for Penta. Constantly getting picked off in different places. And that's to the credit of Effect, though. Coordination on point. Abaddon, he has his Radiance. 28-minute Radiance, not ideal for a one-position Abaddon as a follow-up to the Vlads, but at least he finally has it, and it definitely will come into play.
Excellent.
But no doubt they're relying a lot on the Sniper as well to be the sit-back, deal lots of damage target. He's got the Maelstrom to go with the Hurricane Pike, so the farm's not bad. He's topping his team and keeping up with most of the heroes. Juggernaut just continues to be the one way up there. And in fact, the Basher now finished for Sidoi. Take a look at the net worth chart. Yeah, we've started going up quite a bit. Nearly a 10,000 net worth lead in favor of Effect. Got about a 10,000 experience lead as well. Lincoln Sphere has been finished on Ember Spirit. Rubik does have that smoke screen still. See if Penta's caught off guard by that. So haven't seen Rubik really making use of the Aphotic Shield as we were talking about earlier. As Shashlo actually pressed the attack. Can he get away? Silver Edge, it's coming back up. He uses it. Do they have vision? They do not. And he's going to keep on running. Blink Dagger in 1. He's good. Not even needed. And more of a distraction while his teammates push the top lane yet again. Mikey jets on in here with a Surge. And will prevent it for now. But as we saw earlier, saw the text pop up earlier. He got cut down by Sidoi up at this top lane last time, so I'm going to be careful about that. Level 3 Omni Slash is ready. And now with that Basher, it's just got LC keeping them occupied down at the bottom lane. Still down here, going to blink elsewhere, but now Alpha 9 is here. And Ember Spirit can make a play. The Static Storm it's not going to catch, though, and Ember Spirit will go back towards the middle. They use cooldowns. They don't get anything out of it. The distractions are just real man on effects. This has got to be so annoying to deal with here if you're Penta. They constantly get close to what seems like opportunities, but they think they then get picked up elsewhere, and then it just starts to snowball out of control. So Roger actually almost has the Basher now. So again, talk about a game where he just started at 6-7 deaths early on in this game. He got that Aegis steal. He even got the Roshan kill, which I didn't even mention, but was being pointed out there. So shout out to Twitch chat. My duo cast here. But on top of that, you know, he's obviously been making some solid plays since. He eventually got the Hand of Midas, and now he almost has that Basher. And we saw even earlier series, and just if you've been watching Dota 2 recently competitive, you know the power of that Monkey King with the Basher with that Wukong's command. So the lanes just all three continue to be pressured in favor of effects. It just doesn't feel like Penta can get any kind of push going here in this game.
A tribute to my house.
LC, 42 charges on the victory damage. Yeah, not the craziest, but haven't necessarily needed that from him. Top lane. Uh-oh. Blazemon, what are you doing way up here, good sir? Gonna try to TP out. It looks like he will be successful. Goes for the burst as Ember Spirit, but I don't know. If he's lucky, though, no one else was there. Ricky's gonna sit on top of Rubik. He doesn't know LC's here, though. Rubik, what does he have? Oh, he's Assassinated. That's not gonna help him. Smoke screen. Force staff away by distraction. Look at 3 heroes are running after. Okay, the vacuum in. They're going to get the 4 heroes coming in. He even steals a vacuum and uses it against him. But by the way, your top lane, Monkey King, is he going to go in? Or he's going to try to get his Basher here. That's what he's doing. Yeah, he's going to go pick up his Basher from the stash. Is it just me, or is it kind of weird that you can get items from a stash from the enemy base? Should you be able to do that? Oh, no, he's not even going to do that. Never mind. Wait, can he not do that? If he can't do that, I guess that makes more sense then. I thought for sure he was going in all the way, but no, he's just getting vision behind. What do I know? I'm just a shit kid Han player. Roshan, that's going to fall. Aegis will be picked up in favor of Blazemon, actually. So nice Roshan steal from Penta, but I don't know if FX is really concerned. It doesn't seem like that's something that clearly they had no vision around the RM, and there were counter wars coming out, so perhaps he'd play there with it, but not really that interested in remotely even checking or defending it. They're just like, okay, you want an Aegis? Sure, pick one up. Solar Crest now in Abaddon as well, so you know, one Solar Crest I get, but having a couple, it's not like it's bad, but again, for one position, it feels odd. Sniper goes back to really relying on him to be the massive damage dealer, but this is not going to help. Force staff away. Okay, he'll be fine. Abaddon nearby. Rubik, he is able to steal the Mist Coil. Would rather have the shield. In fact, he might not be getting out of this. Blazemon trying to run him down, assassinate in 7 seconds, but even if he gets it off, he will live. Okay, I'm being told it's pronounced like 20 different ways, guys. Come on. My co-caster here, you're not coming through for me. Afro Ninja. I'm just going to call him Afro Man. How about that? We'll just call... Wait, Afro? It's not even Afro. It's Afo. God damn. Top lane, LC. Oh, they're going to see him, actually, and they're going in. There's a gem on a Ricky, that's why, so now LC's in trouble. That Boundless Strike not going to matter. Great pickup of Ricky right there. Clearly catching LC off guard, so finally the pick's happening in favor of Penta now. Bottom lane, Abaddon. Is he in trouble again? They don't have that Silver Edge this time. So, yeah, he's not going to be in trouble is the answer. Afro Man, he gets out. He does have a haste rune, too, so he's saving this Rubik. Rubik finally steals the Aphotic Shield, by the way, so now that's going to be a great tool to have here. That's that for 240 seconds. That is 4 minutes, in case you didn't know that. Juggernaut. No, but he has an Omni Slash. Can he get it off in time? Yes, he can. And look at the damage. Oh, my God. They both just melt. The Aegis is going to be popped. Mikey going for the turn, though. Puts the wall down with the vacuum about the Wukong's command. It should help with that Basher especially. And now Sniper, he's in trouble once again. Maybe the Assassinate. He force staffs out, but no. Get away from Juggernaut right there, and down goes the Sniper. Tark's all of a sudden finding himself by himself. He does have Disruptor a little bit to help with that kinetic field. Will keep him alive for the time being, but Ember Spirit, guess what? He goes right through those damn walls. And the Lincoln Spear pop doesn't even matter. A couple more kills. Guess who's not here? It's Abaddon, who's pushing out the bottom lane. The fact that Sonoe lived was pretty huge for Juggernaut. Very well played, though. That Omni-slash timing, I mean, he had like 200 life, if that, by the time he got it off. So obviously if he dies there, it's a completely different fight. But, well, he didn't, and we saw the end result.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
So now they're pushing middle lane. Abaddon is going to hold here the best that he can, which definitely he can. Gonna transition bottom instead. Obviously, their tier 3 is missing the melee. Oh, that's a Raintrax, excuse me. Raintrax is pretty low already. Gem now picked up a Monkey King, that's right, so that's also a loss there in that fight for the Dire side. So now Monkey King has the gem.
This will do nicely.
Ag's being queued up from Abaddon. So he's basically turned into a support Abaddon here, like an off-lane Abaddon would build, right? So I know I'm harping on it, man, but why have we seen back-to-back days with a one-position Abaddon? I don't get. Well, this game is still winnable with that said, so I guess I shouldn't say too much yet. Words there. Juggernaut, though, man, he is beastly. Level 2 Diffusal Blade coming out.
Never refuse gold given.
Speaking of Medallion, now picked up by Rubik here. He has it going for his own Solar Crest. Ricky has his own Diffusal Blade. Actually even queuing up a Blink here. That positioning. Bottom lane, they catch Abaddon again. And he's dead. Wait, he just denied. Well, at least he denies himself with the miscoil there, but even with the borrowed time, it doesn't matter. That was popped earlier in the fight. And he's going to stay dead now for 60 seconds unless he bites back. I guess he does have it, but this is going to be an easy range track skill. And now Juggernaut leading the way towards the melee rack. Spectre Ricky does it with a smoke cloud, but that's not going to save him. It looks like, however, the big vacuum wall might, and in comes the tricks of the trade on top of that, but the Wukong's command placed in the background. Roger himself made a falling. He is going to go down, but Sniper just simply trying to stay alive. The buyback on it, Abaddon, by the way. And Ember Spirit will make his way on out. Shashlo as well. So Monkey King, Rubik dead. The supports technically. The rest just going to run, unless the Legion Commander wants to go back in. I mean, he has a 10-second BKB, man. He might go back in. He's definitely going back in, baby. Abaddon's in trouble. Yep, he's going to be locked down. Silver Edge. He will die as a result. Now the Omni-Slash bouncing in the background. Darkseer's caught. And Darkseer trying to get away to defuse the blade to slow him, though. That was a tieback, of course, on Abaddon, too. Worth noting. Mikey trying to live. Meanwhile, over here, you have Ricky trying to live. It's not going to work for either one, I'm pretty sure. Maybe for Mikey. Oh, another defusal, though. And the double kill is successful. Ricky does somehow make his way out of there with a sliver of life, but that's going to be a melee rack's kill for sure. Possibly more. Again, Abaddon's dead for another minute here. Darkseer buyback. Doesn't have his wall combo, though, for another 35 seconds. It is scary enough, though, even with Sniper still staying dead. Effect is not going to risk it. You can't blame them. They have such a comfortable lead now. No reason to throw themselves at them.
Illusion.
Oh, these chart leads are beautiful, if you're an effects fan at least. Not so much on the other side. So bottom rack's down. Afro Ninja here. Has the Maelstrom. Mjolnir queued up. Almost there. Level 25s, are we getting that yet? Yeah, Juggernaut's almost there, actually. You're not the sexiest, but either or. 20 agility, damn good. I have seen the 175 Blade Fury DPS too, though, so actually curious what he decides to go for here. Ember Spirit, 23.5 early himself. On the other side, no one's really even close. Sniper's almost level 20. But again, they're just being completely out-leveled here and farmed on top of that, of course. So the level 2 Diffusal Blade now finished on Juggernaut. He has 4,400 gold, so he could even buy an Abyssal Blade here if he wanted to. Thinking about buyback, though, I'm sure. Going on in LC. BKB still a full 10? No, he didn't use the boss fight. Okay, nice. Oh, they catch up here on Darkseer. He was trying to hide the searing chains. A sleight of fist does catch him, though, and he's going to end up falling. They also pick off the Abaddon as well as the Disruptor. Oh, boy, no buybacks across the board. I think that could be the beginning of the end now in favor of Effects. Okay, they lost Rubik, I guess, but, oh, there goes Ricky. So that comes at a cost. Now BlazBone's like, I got this, guys, don't worry. I am the God Turret. No, you're not, you're not. DNZ, smokescreen. He's got that ready. He's just going to go YOLO in. DNZ wants to make a big play right here. Wants to be the all-star. Instead, he's dead. Unstoppable indeed for Sadoy, and this is the beginning of the end for sure. Effects will be taking game number 1 against Penta here. Good games being called. There we go. It's official. Well played. I mean, only 26-24 hero kills, so from that perspective, obviously not really too overwhelming of a game, but the objective game was just far superior by Effects. They did a fantastic job. I mean, it really, you look back at that Roshan fight that was happening, and the fact that Sadoy was able to ninja the tier 3 tower bottom lane during all of that, and it just kind of really picked up from there. The momentum was not to be stopped, and obviously it looked very good from there on out. So very well played from Effect, and absolutely deserving of that victory. That was honestly some fun and clean Dota to watch, really, from their side at least. They look like a strong team. If they keep up momentum like that, they're definitely going to be a strong team running throughout these European qualifiers. On the other side, Penta, dare I say it again, a one-position Abaddon, it's just not a thing. I don't know if it just happened to be pure coincidence that we see it now back-to-back days here from different teams, or if this is a trend kind of starting lately, but at least from what I've seen now in these two examples, it's frankly just done nothing, it feels like. So I hope for team's sake they don't try it unless they have some crazy strategy with it, I guess. But I don't know. Point is, didn't really work out, Penta as a whole, for that game number 1. But definitely a solid team. I know this from what I've seen in the past from them. And I would like to see, the better play from them in game number 2. And something tells me we may get that. So looking forward to this best of 3 continuing. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. I'm Breaking CBK. You're tuning into the Starladder I-League Invitational Season number 2 action. European qualifiers. 1-0 lead right now for Effects. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
E-Gaming Bets. Online